Good evening and welcome to Indian Hill High School at Tomahawk Stadium, where the Indian Hill Braves get set to take on the Orangemen from Anderson. It is senior night here at Indian Hill. I'm Peter Carr alongside former great lacrosse player here, football player, standout at Indian Hill High School, David Kariakis. And you're about to catch the game here on the Indian Hill Television Network. Right now, some of the seniors getting introduced before the games start. So it's been a couple years since you've been back to Indian Hill High School, and since you've been on the playing field, what did senior night mean to you, Dave?
It was a big deal. It was. It really, the feeling really sunk in that all the 4 years that you put into the school, everything that you put in onto the field this was it. You know, like it. You always realize that there's going to be that one game that is going to be it. Especially when you're not playing in college or playing extra. That there was going to be that one game that was going to be it, and you know that's what senior night was, especially on the home turf, where you have a bunch of your games that you play in front of your home crowd. Just a feel of normalcy, you know, when you put on the cleats and go out there and play.
Put on the Braves uniform for one last time. So the seniors, real quick for you: Mac Minturn in the midfield, Micah Frankel at attack, Nick Kariakis at attack, Matt Keller in the midfield, Austin Samandel at defense, Tyler Buckles on defense, Steve Kroll, the wall, in the goal, Andrew Lynn in the midfield, Marcus Lewis in the midfield, Michael Jamison in the midfield, and Ross Lockwood in the midfield. And Austin is walking out right now. So last night here, actually, they still have one more game, so it's kind of a little different. It's the last Friday night game, Friday night under the lights.
Well, Friday night is Friday night. That's big time.
So the last game, quite a big group of seniors here on this team. 11 seniors in total on the Indian Hill roster, I think.
But you know, looking to the future, I was talking to Coach Lewis, who's with one of the 8th grade teams, and telling me about this bright 8th grade class. There's actually 2 Indian Hill teams playing. One is in the Division I state tournament in 8th grade, and the other one's a club team. So we're going to have about 25 to 30 8th graders coming up who are going to be freshmen. So that's exciting.
So always very exciting when you have this program that they're developing here at Indian Hill. New coach, I mean, Mark Howell was here for years. Now you have Nate Reed, his first year here as head coach. The team is currently with a record of 6-6, so 500 season. Hopefully,
yeah, coming into
they
this game,
they can improve it a little bit today.
Division I ranked 15th, Midwest ranked 74th, and you know, not to go understated, in the nation ranked 543rd. So that's not too bad.
Not too bad at all. This Anderson team, actually a club team made up of players from both McNick and Anderson High School. They're competing in Division III, currently ranked 4th in the 4th division in the South. In D3, they're ranked 7th in all of Ohio. In the Midwest, ranked 132nd. And nationally, they make it in the top 1,000 teams in the country right now.
So at 1,000.
So, I mean, pretty much a new program here at Anderson. I mean, they separated Turpin and Anderson, who was originally a club team. They were all together. So there were 3 schools together, and now they've separated a little bit. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with the play-by-play after the pregame warm-up. And you're watching all the action here on the Indian Hill Television Network. Good evening and welcome back to Tomahawk Stadium here at Indian Hill High School. I'm Peter Carr, joined by Alex Cole here in the booth, who will be providing us with a little bit of color. Alex, how does it feel to be in the booth today?
Yeah, Peter, it feels great. It's great to be out here watching a little lacrosse.
Alex is a player at Nazareth College, Division III school, not sure what state exactly, sorry.
Rochester, New York.
So what's the biggest difference you notice from college lacrosse to in comparison to high school lacrosse?
You know, I'd say the speed of the game is incredibly different. In college, obviously, things are way faster, and also communication between the players is a little different as well.
All right, and let's go on to your starting lineups here for Indian Hill. Number 1, Mac Minturn in the midfield, a senior. Number 3, Michael Frankel, an attack senior. Number 4, Nicky Kariakis, a captain on the team at attack, another senior. Number 6, Nick Weiner, a midfielder, a junior for the Braves. Number 7, Austin Samandel on defense, senior. Number 10, Tyler Buckles on defense, another senior. In the goal, the wall, Stephen Kral, another senior captain on the team. Number 15 in the midfield, a senior, Andrew Lynn. Number 18 in the midfield, another senior, Marcus Lewis. Another senior, if you will, 25, Michael Jameson in the midfield, and a senior captain, 37, Ross Lockwood on defense. So a lot of seniors starting here tonight. It is senior night here at Indian Hill. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Anderson Orangemen. Number 2, Reed Hemmerkreit. Number 3, Danny Watkins. Number 8, Zach Casas. Number 10, Andrew Roding. Number 11, Zach Pulick. Number 17, Thomas Bardnick. Number 22, Kevin Kripp. Number 37, Brian Thatcher. Number 54, Jeff Bowie, and number 49, Charlie Rust. So that rounds out the starting lineups. Anderson comes into this game 10-9. Indian Hill comes into the game 6-6. Now Anderson, relatively new program here, just separated actually Turpin. They're a club team, so they have players from Anderson High School and McNicholas High School. You know, what's the difference between a club team and then a team like Indian Hill?
Well, a team like Indian Hill within Cincinnati lacrosse is a very established program. You know, they got a very, very productive youth teams, probably starting around 3rd or 4th grade. These kids have been playing the game for a while. They should know what they're doing out there, whereas Anderson doesn't have that kind of support through their youth system.
Anderson, a D3 team here in Cincinnati, currently ranked 4th in Ohio 4 South, as we mentioned earlier, ranked 7th overall in all of D3 in Ohio. And in the Midwest, they're ranked 132nd in comparison to Indian Hill, who's ranked 7 out of 8 teams in their region, in Region 4 in Division 1 in Ohio, ranked 15th all Division 1, and ranked 74th in the Midwest. So we're about to get underway here at Tomahawk Stadium. You're listening to the game here, you're watching the game rather here on the Indian Hill Television Network. Matt Keller in to take the face-off for the Braves, and he'll come up with it. Showing his speed down the field. First rips a shot early in this one. And
hey, that's a really good face-off there by number 5. A good way for Indian Hill to start the game.
Great job by Matt Keller there. Indian Hill's going to set up the offense here at the top of the key. Nicky Kariakis moving in there, working it. Slick finds the back of the net. 11:34 in the game left in the first period. Indian Hill leads it 1-0. So what do you see in that goal there?
There's this great off-ball movement by number 4, Nick Kiriakis. He was just really moving around back there, getting behind the defense, and was able to find the back of the net.
He was able to find the back of the net, so Indian Hill will be already taking its second face-off less than 30 seconds into this one. Indian Hill comes up with it again.
Another great face.
Keller loses the ball. So Anderson will take it out of bounds. That's Thomas Bonark with the ball for the Orangemen.
Indian Hill looking to apply a lot of pressure here, trying to get the ball away from Anderson. Oh, great check by Austin Samandel.
Great job by the senior there. And Anderson will have the ball. That's Danny Watkins for Anderson with the ball. Actually, correction, that's Kyle Nelson with the ball, who just checked into the game for the Orange Men. Michael Jamison now with the ball about midfield, keeping his balance, and he's going to pass it up the field. Indian Hill's going to get all the way down and try to set up their offense here behind the back of the net. Michael Frankel with the ball now. Over to Jamison. Back to Marcus Lewis.
Indian Hill really just slowing the ball down, getting the right guys in the game. Getting the guys that they think they have the best chance to score a goal with right here.
Ted Balser into the game for the Braves. Frankel with the ball. Back to Kariakis behind the net. That's going to sail out of bounds. That'll be the Orangemen's ball. There's 10:15 left in the first quarter. Coverage of tonight's game would not be possible without the support of the PTO, the boosters, or the ICRC.
Looks like Anderson's goalie is having a run towards midfield, looking to get the ball, looking to clear the ball across the midfield line. It's a good ride by Indian Hill. Austin Samandel picking up the ball, bringing it over.
So how difficult is the switch? I mean, you've made it twice here in your career. Switching from a long stick to a short stick, from the short stick to the long stick, then back to the short stick. How difficult is that switch?
Actually, it's really not that hard. It's more the mindset, Pete. It's because I played defense for so long, I almost never go to the goal with the ball. So you see a player like Austin Samandel get a long stick out there, and he's not really thinking about taking it to the cage, getting one for himself.
And that'll find the back of the net. That's Ted Balser with his first goal of the game. So Indian Hill extends their lead 2-0, 9:20 left on the clock.
You know, that's just a great move by the big man, 33, Ted Balser. Getting in there, dodging the slide, and putting it in the back of the net.
I mean, last time we saw them play, last time I broadcast the game with Andrew Kariakis, Balser had 2 against Upper Arlington. Nicky Kariakis with 1. Looks like the production for Indian Hill's offense is found a lot in those 2 players.
New guy in the face here for Indian Hill, Charlie Lappin. Same success, though, as he was able to get the ball there.
Indian Hill's defense really not having to work too hard so far in this first quarter. Done a good job keeping the ball on the offensive half of the field.
I say Steve Kroll, the wall's getting pretty bored back there.
I mean, senior night, he just wants to make one of those spectacular saves like he did against UA the other day. So Anderson will take the ball behind the net. Pass it back to the goalie.
If Anderson wants to challenge this Indian Hill team, it's going to be very important for them to clear the ball effectively. And so far, they have just not done that.
So Kroll gets his touches there.
First one of the night.
He'll find Max Hendricks. Max over to Kariakis. Kariakis looking at the cutter. Frankel passes it off. Unselfish play. Marcus Lewis with the goal for Indian Hill. So Indian Hill extending their lead 3-0 already in the first 4 minutes of play here at Tomahawk Stadium.
You know, the ball's moving around. A lot of things will open up in transition, as we got a little taste of right there.
You know, you really didn't. I didn't see that last pass coming. I thought we were going to see a quick shot there, but unselfish play. Good job sharing the ball by Frankel. So Charlie Lappin taking the face-off for Indian Hill.
Ooh, legal procedure on the Braves. The ball will go to Anderson. Got Tyler Buckles, guarding the Anderson player, number 11.
Zach Polick. And they're going to pass around. Kroll will come up with it. Kroll sends it up the field. Ross Lockwood with the ball now, looks like, for Indian Hill.
He handles it, gives it over to Muir. there, Jake Thomas. He really needs to relax a little bit, not get too antsy with the ball and throw it out there. That's not what the Braves need.
Yeah, that is what the Braves need. Actually mentioning him, talking to Nate Reed earlier last week, he said, number 22, Jake Thomas, the skies are the limit. Just a phenomenal freshman player. Hopefully we'll see some of that on the attack today. And back to the action. Anderson will take the ball down, set up their offense. Quick shot there, saved by Steve Kroll.
It's a good look inside. The Braves need to clamp down on the crease.
Shot sails wide of the goal. They're off to the races, but Anderson will get the ball here. Zach Pollock with the ball.
Now
Sends it over to Kyle Nelson. Nelson working the ball around the top. Indian Hill doing a good job pushing the defense, pushing the offense all the way out. Really stretching the field a little bit, it seems like.
Lots of pressure on the ball. It's going to be a key for the Braves today.
It is going to be a key if they want to keep that goose egg on the board. Zach Kosas with the ball, passes it over. Charlie Russ with the shot that's going to bounce over the top. Anderson will keep the ball here.
It's a good backup by Anderson on that play to retain possession of the ball. Zach Poliak on the far side of the field, looking to have a go. Once again, you see the pressure of Indian Hill paying off as Anderson throws the ball away. Good ball.
Good clear by Indian Hill there. Finds the open man, but Anderson goal is going to pick that up in the crease. Actually, it's
Kyriakis found Thomas in transition. Just handle that ball and put it away. And Indian Hill's got another one, Pete.
They do. Kyriakis behind the net. Max Hendricks now with the ball at the top in front of the goal. Indian Hill just working their offense here. Kyriakis looking for a cutter. Pass is going to sail out of bounds.
I think fortunately for Indian Hill, they rolled that a shot, Pete, and we were able to get good possession of the ball.
Yeah, I guess it was ruled. No, it's going Anderson's way. It didn't look like a pass.
The referee switched it on us.
Stephen Williams with the ball for the Orange Men from Anderson. So Indian Hill brings in a few subs.
Bring out Tyler Buckles on the ride. See if we can get the ball here.
Jamison.
That's just tenacious work by Michael Jamison.
Good work there. Spencer with the ball now for the Orange Men. And Anderson will take possession of the ball.
And it looks like Anderson is going to have a man-up opportunity here as 25 Michael Jameson gets 1 minute for a slash.
So Anderson looking for the opportunity, trying to capitalize here, obviously. Now, what are the mismatches you look for when you're a man up?
Well, the man-down team right now goes into a little zone defense with mostly their short stick in the middle of the crease. And they're playing, they have 6 and NL has 5. They have to work harder than the other team in order to cover more people. It's really a great opportunity for the Orange to get one here and finally get themselves on the board.
So Orange is working it around, looking for that open man. That pass is going to sail wide.
Usually in a man-up situation, moving the ball, get the defense moving, and they'll be able to find a gap. But stick handlers out there got to do better.
Unable to scoop it up. Anderson gets the possession. Good check there by Nicky Kyriakis, who's going to try it, and he comes up with it, but looks like it went out of bounds first. So the Orange will take it. And there's Laundry on the field. Not sure what the call is there.
Looks like we got one on Nick Kiriakis. A little extracurricular activity, maybe a little John, who knows?
I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but Orange will take over with the ball.
Looks like the Orange are now 2 men up, and this should be a goal. They should be able to convert here. Just find a gap in the defense and put one in.
Kyle Nelson with the ball for the Orange. Anderson's last game of the regular season.
That's just a great play by Ross Lockwood.
Smandl trying to come up with it here. He does. Looks up the field. Doesn't find anybody. The ball on the ground.
Oh, great play by Lappin.
Ball goes out. Indian Hill will have it. The goalie for the Orange, Jeff Bovey, actually first year in goal. He's at 133 saves and he's let in 174 goals. So it's an okay year, about a 43% save ratio.
That's all blue! That's all blue!
Anderson has had a pretty good team in the past. If you look at this, state champions in Division III in 2005, 2006, runners-up in 04 and 07. So the past 4 years, just a pretty good team and a pretty good program. So
They're going to need some of that 06 magic if they want to pull off this one against the Braves. I'll tell you that much right now.
they are.
Get in there!
They have won their league each year against Kings, Mason, Wilmington since 2002, since it was created. So for Division III, one of the better teams here in Cincinnati.
No question, Pete. Looks like Indian Hill has killed the penalties, and we're back to even strength.
So 30-second technical offsides on blue. So Indian Hill will retain possession here.
And this is first time of the night we're going to see Indian Hill's man up in action. See what they can do.
All right, let's go, man up.
Indian Hill's just going to work the ball around a little bit, see if they can find some openings in the zone to get a close shot.
Back to Bolzer. Ken, just like you said, working the ball around the top, looking for that cutter there.
That's a good look there. And Michael Frankel will take one.
Michael Frankel. So aside from Ted Bolzer, all seniors tonight with the goals, and Indian Hill extends their lead to 4 with about 3.5 left on the clock here in the first quarter. Coverage of tonight's game on the Time Warner Cable Access Television is a presentation of the Indian Hill Television Network, also known as IHTN. IHTN provides the community with educational and school-focused programming through the facilities of the ICRC, which is a part of Time Warner.
Yeah, if the Orange are looking to turn it around, this faceoff's going to be big here. Once again, Keller all over it.
So, what's the advantage to winning the faceoff? I mean, Indian Hill's won it so far.
I mean, it's possession, Pete. You obviously want to get possession every time, but also it kills momentum if the other team can get the face. Like right now, it's obvious Indian Hill has the momentum, but if they keep getting these face-offs, Anderson's just not going to have the ball to score any goals. It's quite simple.
Big hit there by Andy Pipes on defense, the junior. Nick Kiriakis with the ball, open space. 3-on-3.
Another transition opportunity and another penalty.
So Nick Kiriakis able to draw the penalty there. 14 with the slash for Anderson. That is not on the roster. So not quite sure who number 14 is. Maybe we can find, they have a lot of bubble players at Anderson. Maybe it's one of the guys playing up tonight. If we have a JV roster,
Either way, he's in the box. We don't have to worry about him for a minute. Let's see if Indian Hill gets some similar results from their man-up team. Get a real close shot. Oh, good save. Good save by the Anderson goalie. Real quick reflexes.
That was a save by Jeff Bovey.
Bulls are looking to shoot, but decides to pull it out.
Bolster with
Feeds
the pass
crease.
to Nick Kariakis. Kariakis slick finds the back of the net for the second time tonight, extending the Braves lead 5-0 with 2:20 left in the first quarter. So Indian Hill, just a devastating lead here early. When you look at some of the games previously, Indian Hill, I mean, 14's the most they've put up so far this season, just looking down the list. You know, how many do you think they put in tonight?
You know, Peter, really couldn't tell you, but that last goal, I think Anderson's defense was focusing on Ted Bolster, the shooter, and Nicky Kariakis just snuck in back there to get one.
Indian Hill came off a big win into this one, carrying some momentum in. They beat Kings 12-1 on Tuesday night. In the other position, last Tuesday night, Anderson coming off just a devastating loss, 21-4 to Sycamore High School. So, I mean, one of the top teams in Division I, obviously. Coach Nate Reed actually was the assistant there for several years, really focused on their defense. Now he's here as the head coach at Indian Hill. Played his high school ball at Moeller.
Yeah,
So
Indian Hill's had a couple Crusader coaches around here in the past couple years.
They have. So what's it like? I mean, third coach here at Indian Hill. We mentioned this last week when I was talking to Andrew. How difficult is it as a senior to have 3 different coaches while you're here in high school?
Well, you know, the coach does have obviously has a lot of control of what you're doing. Basically, you know, well, the coach has control of his schemes, and it's really up to, I believe, it's up to the player himself to really make himself, you know. No matter what scheme he's playing, he's got to produce.
They do. They do have to improve. Indian Hill coming out strong so far in this one, 5-0. 2:20 left on the clock. Anderson looking to get something started here before the end of the first half and maybe get some momentum going their way for the Orange Men.
Let's see what the coaches had to say during that timeout.
So a strong start on senior night here for Indian Hill High School.
Another good face by Charlie Lappin. Kiriakis was looking to push it, but then decided to pull it out. Probably a smart move. Indian Hill needs possession of the ball. It's key.
Frank, a good little spin move there, using the B button, if you will. Taking it way out.
Big run by Thomas.
Kiriakis looking inside, ripping the shot that's going to sail past the goal. Marcus
That's
Lewis
good ball movement there
with
by
the
the
try.
Braves.
Actually, correction, that was Charlie Lappin with the try there.
Frankel behind the goal.
Kiriakis with the shot, bounces wide.
Indian Hill really needs to have needs to back up that shot, because right now they lost possession of the ball. It's kind of stuff that'll get Nate Reed pretty fired up.
So you see a few bounce shots, you see some other shots. What's a better shot in your opinion, a bounce shot or?
Well, if it's fast, any shot's good. But really, the main thing is keep the goalie guessing. Sometimes bounce it, sometimes put it in the air. Just really never let him get into his rhythm and just keep stinging him. So far, that seems to be working for the Braves with a 5-0 lead coming right to the end of the first quarter. Anderson trying to get something done.
Shot picked up by the defense there. Sending up the field, Samandel with the ball now. Longstick taking it all the way.
Finds Frankel.
Looking for Frankel cutting right to the goal there.
Almost a great opportunity for the Braves in transition.
So, Alec, what is the mystique about playing Friday nights under the lights here at Indian Hill? You remember it. I mean, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, you know, back then I was just living the dream, Pete.
Just living the dream. Max Hendricks with the shot there, but there were some lines around the field beforehand.
Usually if you play on a Friday, get a good little crowd out here at Tomahawk Stadium. And
You know, a decent crowd.
everybody loves that.
Living the dream, truly living the dream.
They're the Orangemen, not the Redskins.
Especially when you come out here and the fans are out and the Braves just provide a nice little first quarter. See if they can keep that momentum rolling. Back to Frankel, and here's Kyriakis behind the goal. Bowles are with a bounce shot. Pretty deep shot. That was from about 13 or 14 yards, Pete.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot. Ted Bolster's second goal of the game. So Indian Hill extends their lead here, 6-0, with less than 10 seconds to play, less than 5 seconds to play actually in the first quarter.
Yeah, to score from that deep, you're going to need a pretty quick shot. It seems like Bolster's got that.
So at the end of one, Indian Hill leads it 6-0. And how did Indian Hill come out so strong here in the first half? First quarter, rather.
I think they just rallied around their seniors, realized it was senior night. The good thing is maybe Anderson isn't necessarily the most strongest opponent on their schedule, but you got to take everybody very seriously, and it seems like the Braves are doing that tonight.
It does seem like the Braves come out really strong, especially going into the tournament. Braves still have 3 regular season games actually. Next Tuesday they play at Turpin, and then Wednesday they'll finish their season out here at Indian Hill High School against Milford. So going into that tournament, a couple key wins, actually 4 wins if they win all of those. So what does it mean going in with that momentum? What does that mean to a team?
Well, you know, everybody wants to go into tournament time hot. It's just like the NCAA tournament for basketball. Like the teams who win the conference tournaments usually have a good chance in the NCAA tournament to make some noise. I think that's how Indian Hill's going to have to work it right now. Win a couple games at the end of the season, go into the tournament, and see what they can do.
Tonight's broadcast dedicated to Catherine Wiebold, who passed away on Wednesday, the mother of Andrew and Lindsay Wiebold, who have been a big part of the Indian Hill Television Network through their years in here at Indian Hill. The producer of tonight's game is Mr. Dennis Stubbs, and the director of the Indian Hill Television Network is Brad McKee. All IHTN games are produced in association with the ICRC. So let's start things here in the second quarter here at Tomahawk Stadium, where Matt Keller will take the face-off for Indian Hill.
Come on, Matt!
Got Michael Jameson and Tyler Buckles playing the wings. Another solid face by Matt Keller.
Keller using that B button again. Braves love that spin move. Love it.
Hey, I've seen this kid run. You can use the turbo button too, Pete.
Turbo, yeah. We definitely used it quite a bit against Upper Arlington.
Thomas behind the goal.
Jameson back to the top. Mac Minter with the ball now.
Oh, good dodge.
And that's going the other way for Anderson.
Oh, excellent rod by Michael Jameson. Kyriakis bringing it up top. This is how you create in lacrosse. You got to beat your man one-on-one.
Kyriakis with a spin move there.
It's a great
Cranks
move.
the shot. And
Great move, good shot, even better save.
Indian will keep it. Here with 10:46 left to play in the first half. It's just a beautiful night here at Indian Hill High School. Can't ask for any better weather. This about mid-May. It's probably about 68 degrees, just clear night, beautiful skies. I mean, the trees down here, there's nothing like this stadium. I mean, one of the just unique experiences about Cincinnati. One of my favorite places to watch a lacrosse game.
This truly is perfect lacrosse weather.
And slight breeze tonight, maybe about 66.
Right around there.
Just wonderful weather.
Looks
for
like the
seniors.
Orange's defense is clamping down a little bit as Michael Jameson went in there and took a little hit from some big boys down there at Anderson. Nice play by Indian Hill's defense. Lockwood got Stephen Kroll looking to clear the ball up.
Carl getting limited touches tonight. Their defense is not letting many shots go through.
Which, you know, he might complain about sometimes. But overall, I'd say it's a good thing. He hasn't done much work tonight.
Good hustle.
Great ride, Jake Thomas back there. The young man making a nice play.
Kariakis with the ball now for Indian Hill. Over to Mac Minturn, back to the middle. Jameson with it now. A little one-on-one there.
It's a good dodge by Nick Weiner out there.
Kariakis with the ball again. Go behind the net, maybe set up some offense, maybe look to make a move himself. Looks like he's going to take it himself. And he finds the back of the net, third goal of the game. So tip your hats, throw the hats on the field. Kariakis with 3 tonight.
Kiriakis just loves operating behind the goal. And it's very obvious that Anderson's defense, whoever's guarding him, cannot stay with him. They're going to have to get some help from the middle of the field if they even hope to stop Nick Kiriakis in his senior night.
You are. I mean, Nick Kariakis, I mean, that Greek fire just coming out right now. Greek lightning, I mean, just all over the place. 7-0 here. About 9 minutes left to play in the first half. Indian Hill leads it against
Keller
Anderson.
wins the draw, takes a shot himself. Hey, he's earned it, you know. Wins a couple faceoffs, might as well shoot it. Why not, right?
Yeah, he might as well shoot it. I mean, winning all night. I mean, aside from the one penalty that was called, Indian Hill's won the faceoff, I believe, every single time. Ross looking up. Goalie's out.
Looking for Kiriakis. Good plan there by the Anderson defense.
Good cover, good cover.
Tyler Buckles trying to get the ball there for Indian Hill. Nick Kariakis comes up with it.
Getting pretty physical out there, huh, Pete?
It's getting a little physical. Timeout there.
Looks like Nate Reed took a timeout to settle the offense down, see if we can get another one.
So with 8:30 left, timeout Indian Hill. Now, Nick Kariakis, 3 goals already here in the first half. How is he creating, how is he finding the back of the net so many times tonight?
Well, I think he got 1 or 2 in transition, but mostly just running the offense behind the net. But every team needs an attackman like that to draw a slide, beat his man, draw a slide, maybe get a shot. That's what Nick's doing tonight. It's really paying off for himself and Indian Hill as they're up to a 7-0 lead.
It is really paying off for them. Obviously, 3 goals, almost half the team's goals here in the first half. There's still 8:30 left to play.
This is a great opportunity for the Braves to run a play. Get a set look for one of their big shooters, maybe Ted Bolzer, maybe Keller, maybe Frankel, you know, anybody, get a shot. See what Nate Reed said over there during that timeout.
Let's see if Indian Hill can't find another opportunity here. Balser with the ball, he'll bring it in for the Braves. Kiriakis just working the ball around, really patient now.
We're going to have a dodge up top, Keller.
Keller, good spin move there. Good shot.
Life's the goalie's best friend. That's what they always say. Looks like the Anderson goalie was saved by that one.
Good hustle, Pike.
Raw will lead the clear there.
Indian Hill once again regains possession of the ball.
Let's move it back to a short stick in college. Oh, great job by Indian Hill. Wow.
Interrupted by
You
a
know,
goal.
I was interrupted by a goal there, trying to just have some commentary here in the booth, and interrupted by another goal by Indian Hill. So Indian Hill extends the lead 8-0.
You're really pouring it on, Pete.
All right, Matt Keller with his first goal of the game for the Braves. So far, looking down the list here, 6 goals.
One thing
by
I
the
noticed
seniors.
about that, Pete, that goal was Keller shot it with his left hand. Very strong right-handed player. Puts it in his left. The goalie and the other team really don't expect that. Gets a nice shot off and puts it in. Really a good play by number 5 out there. There's Eli Kraft Jacobs for the Orange. Oh, and it looks like Anderson's got a failure to advance. They had to touch it in the restraining box, and they didn't get it in there. It's great pressure by Indian Hill. There's Lappin bringing it up.
Lappin, a junior in the midfield. Indian Hill. Well, let's go on the other way. Anderson's going to take control. Anderson pushing the ball now. Pass is going to go wide. Indian Hill will take it the other direction.
It's been a pretty common theme for them tonight, Pete. Anderson throwing the ball away. They really need to hold on to the ball a little more.
They
if
do.
wanna
I mean,
score
I
any
think
goals.
maybe a little bit nervous. I don't know. Indian Hill just obviously had history being one of the big-time teams here in Cincinnati. But Anderson, I mean, they just need to calm down a little bit and play their game.
Got the jitters.
And it's tough, too. The momentum all seems to be Indian Hill's way right now. Michael Jamison with the ball for the Braves. Looking inside, Nick Kariakis. I can't believe it. Finds the back of the net again. Slick just has a nose for that. Greek fire just burning here tonight at Indian Hill. That's his 4th of the day.
Yeah, that was a great goal. He was right on the crease there, threw a couple fakes. The goalie had no idea where the ball was coming. Just put it right by his head. It's a good goal. It's about 6.5 minutes left, and the Braves are up 9-0.
Yeah, 9-0. Still 6:30 left here in the first half. Indian Hill almost won at that time. Looks like Anderson's going to come up with it here.
This is number 11, Andrew Roding. Buckles on the ball, trying to get it away from him.
Roding 28 goals so far on the season.
He's been productive out there for the Anderson midfield.
He has.
They need to find that tonight, though.
They got to find some of that productivity. Hopefully they'll find the back of the net here in their offense. Indian Hill's defense not giving them very many shots.
To pressure behind the goal, really helping out. It's a sloppy clear by the Braves. Looks like it's going to work out. There's Micah Frankel picking up the garbage, getting one for himself.
Frankel getting the second one of the game. Indian Hill double digits in scores already in the first half. So it's 10-0, 5:45 left in the first half. Indian Hill really coming out strong. Really surprising a lot of people, surprising me, just how well they played. And
the Orange are absolutely reeling at this point. Really need to close the floodgates, if you know what I mean, Pete.
They do. Hope their defense can buckle down and make some plays here against the Indian Hill Braves.
It looks like we're going to have a penalty on Anderson as Micah Frankel brought it in, got hit in the back. Once again, a man-up opportunity for the Braves coming in with 5:28 left to go in the first half.
Set up the offense behind the back. That's Kariakis. Looking, Balser ripping the shot, finding the top corner. What a good shot by Ted Balser. Takes the Braves lead 11-0.
It was a very solid shot. Nice and deep. He got the high bounce to get it up there in the top part of the goal, which is, if you're going to do a bounce shot, that's very tricky for a goalie to save. Looks like Anderson wants a timeout, talk it over a little bit.
So you're Anderson's head coach right now. What are you saying to your team?
Wow. I don't know if we're play for pride time right now, but it is 11-0. So I'd say really, you got to start playing tougher. Got to start holding on to the ball a little bit. I think they're playing like possession of the ball doesn't matter, and they really just need to get a good possession, work their offense, do what they know they can do, and have their seniors score some goals out there.
So hopefully for Anderson, Todd Shelton really just giving up some encouragement here in the second quarter. So, Alex, you had any goals yet in college? You found the back of the net yourself? I mean,
I'm a primarily defensive player, but here and there I get some opportunities to transition. I've converted to keep a few of them.
Well, there you go.
Got lucky a couple times.
So first goal, and did you get a goal ever in high school, or was it college for your first goal?
My sophomore year of high school, actually. Scored at the long pole against Dakota.
Taking it all the way down the field. There you go. You ever seen a goalie score in a game?
That's funny you asked that, Peter, because last week in the NCAA Division I first round, the goalie for Ohio State scored against Cornell. It was all over SportsCenter. You should have known.
I should have known. I mean, unbelievable if the goalie takes it all the way down. Must have missed that day. Must have slept in or something. I don't know. So with 5:16 left in the first half, Indian Hill leads it 11-0 over Anderson.
You know, Carl's a senior out there. Maybe he can pick up the ball, go down there, and get a goal for himself.
You know, maybe he can. Risky play, though, leaving the goal wide open.
Pulling it out, getting some subs, getting Mac Minturn on the field.
Nick Weiner also into the game for the Braves. Kariakis with the ball now. Indian Hill really patient, just looking for a good, smart offensive play.
Right, what Indian Hill's doing right now is what Anderson needs to be doing when they get the ball. Not forcing it too much, just setting up their offense, doing what they need to do.
Indian Hill comes to this game real relaxed. In half day of school, they have Music Fest today in the afternoon. You know, just a little bit of fun, real relaxed, and playing some great lacrosse here tonight.
They had plenty of times to drink Gatorades. You know, they're obviously very ready.
I mean, they drank all their fluids. You know, John Beatty would always remind you, drink your fluids. And clearly, dehydration not a problem here tonight at Indian Hill.
Not at all. Beatty would be proud.
He would be.
Anderson bringing the ball behind the cage. Very aggressive defense by Andy Pipes back there.
So in the second half, Real True will bring back David Kariakis, did a little bit of the senior night announcing at the beginning of the game. He'll come and give his take on the first half. Bring him up here in the booth to start the second half off.
That's a great play by Steve Kroll back there. Fight for possession of the ball, getting it for the Braves.
To catch all the action, you can catch it live streaming on the web at www.ihtn.org. There's also other shows available like the Indian Hill Hot Seat, so check it out.
Kiriakis looking for another one. Needs to handle that ball inside. Good look to the crease. Here's Thomas. A little too hot to handle there for Michael James.
A little too fast of a pass there.
Good look.
So Anderson will take the ball here. About 3 even left in the first half. So Alex, what's your favorite memory from playing from your playing days here at Indian Hill?
My favorite memory?
Favorite memory?
I think it would have to be, I don't know if you're around for this one, Pete, but my freshman year when our coaching staff got into a fight with Dublin Coffin.
Favorite memory, a coaching staff fight. So were there any punches thrown or?
Oh, plenty of punches.
Wow, that's
it was a great time.
surprising. I mean, your freshman year, did you guys go to state or?
We actually won the state championship in Division II.
That's what I thought. Then the next year you guys finished third in D1?
We went to the semifinals in Division I. So it was a good 2 years for Indian Hill lacrosse.
Great 2 years.
I spent a majority of those years on the bench with the water bottle, but hey, they were awesome.
But yeah, definitely worth the ride. So lacrosse, relatively newer sport here in Ohio. I mean, not even an OHSA official sanctioned sport. How many years do you think it's going to be until this becomes a high school sport? And how does it have so much support here at Indian Hill?
Well, it got started here pretty early in Indian Hill. I couldn't tell you exactly why, but it did, and that was really good for us. Obviously, that's why we have one of the best teams in the city, of course, if not up there in the state. And I think I'd give it about 10 years, and because right now teams are beginning to spring up all over Ohio, and soon enough they're going to have to recognize it as an
you do look.
sport.
There are so many different teams. I mean, Elder has a team now. Teams on the west side that before typically didn't. It seemed like it was more of an east side sport.
True.
And now it's spread through all over Cincinnati, and obviously growing in a lot of popularity. And hopefully soon enough it will be a sanctioned sport here in Ohio.
Well, it's a great game, Peter, and everyone who plays it loves it. So I'm sure a lot of teams will start getting it. Another hard shot by Matt Keller, wide of the net.
So about a minute left to play here in the first half.
Marcus Lewis looking for the cage. Shoots it wide right. Put back up by Indian Hill. Alone looking.
So as I said, stay tuned. After the half, David Kyriakis in the booth.
Speaking of Kyriakis.
Speaking of Kyriakis, there you go. Nikki, that's number 5. I mean, you just got to tip your hat. That's almost a double hat trick. I don't know what you do in that
I think
situation.
I lost count of his goals at this point. He's got like 28, I think.
I mean, just having a career high day. I mean, I don't know what his stats are this year. They're not posted online, but just got to be a career high day. 5 goals in the first half.
And yeah, he's getting a well-deserved rest on the sideline. Coach Reed's taking him out. Gives him a little breather before the half.
So Indian Hill with 1 minute to play extends their lead 12-0. And already down on the offensive side of the field for Indian Hill.
Player's going to want that one back. He's definitely going to want that one back. Had a nice look on the crease, and then he picked up a penalty. Braves are going to be a man down for a minute here in the remainder of the half.
All right, come on, let's go, man down. Let's go, D.
The crew for tonight's game: producer Mr. Dennis Dubb, director Brad McKee, on camera Robert Hinn, on the other camera Abraham Zaki, Rochelle Wanjanier, Joey Gill, and Bryn Coombe is on the field cam tonight for Indian Hill. So they're bringing us all the action, making this broadcast just look phenomenal.
Just doing a tremendous job out there. Tremendous job.
So the Braves find the back of the net one more time before the end of the half with 22 seconds left on the clock. Indian Hill will find it again.
That makes about a baker's dozen for the Braves.
So that was the freshman Jake Thomas with his first goal of the game. So yes, that is a baker's dozen for Indian Hill.
Just keep pouring it on. Braves. About 22 seconds left to go in the half. 13-0. slapping on the face.
Go to Keller. Correction, that was Kane with the ball. Muir.
Looks like Frankel's just going to run out the half, considering the Braves are still a man down. Good possession there at the end.
So at the end of the first half, the score is Indian Hill Braves 13, the Anderson Orangemen 0. Stay tuned. We will be back after the break. Okay, welcome back to Indian Hill High School. Joining us in the booth, back again, David Kariakis. Dave.
I'm back. I was back down at the concession stand, so they kept me full down there, grabbing some popcorn and some chicken sandwiches.
So Dave, a baker's dozen for Indian Hill in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, how well have they played so far in this game?
You know what I noticed was the ball movement. These guys are really moving the ball quickly, better than they have in recent games. They're really coming together on the offensive end. And the defense, you know what? When the Anderson gets the ball into the offensive side of the end, defense is able to clear it very well and very quickly. They're winning the ball on the transitional side and really winning the games in between the lines.
So your brother, 5 goals in the first half. So how well is he living on the Kariakis legacy here at Indian Hill?
Oh no, there's no legacy, but he's definitely having a good game. So, you know, it's the guys around him. There's a bunch of good guys that are there running the ball up the field that aren't getting a lot of the credit and just dumping off the ball to him, and he's able to finish it.
So Nicky is the tallest out of the 3 Kariakis brothers.
Oh, you had to take it there.
I had to take it there. So who's the toughest?
I mean, that goes unstated.
Yeah, I'll vouch for that. I'd say David is the toughest. He also has the biggest belly. And maybe in a couple of years, Nicky will get one of those.
All right, so back to the action. Indian Hill. Great just coverage there, David, of an analysis of the first half.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I picked up. So.
Always had an eye. Playing linebacker here at Indian Hill High School a few years back.
A few years, yeah. It's been a while and a few pounds. But, what Indian Hill's been able to do well is they've been able to see each other, been able to move the ball, just like what's happening right now.
Yeah, case in point, Dave.
Yeah, there you go. So Micah Jamison's been able to finish it off from a Micah Frankel pass. So, they've been able to move the ball very quickly, very fast, even with hard pressure on this Anderson team.
So Jamison's first goal of the game with 9:28 left in the third quarter. Indian Hill extends their lead 14-0. Well, Dave, it was great having you in the booth.
All right.
Thanks a lot. It's been nice, and take it easy, bud.
Thanks
Hey,
for
Dave,
having me,
it's been great.
Yeah, it's been fun. Enjoy the rest of the game. I'm going to head back to the concession stand. We'll see you.
So picking up the action, Indian Hill with another shot, and that's going to bounce off the turf and find the back of the net.
All of them are falling tonight. All of them are falling. Unfortunately for Anderson.
So Matt Keller's second goal of the game. Seniors really leading so far in this one. Almost all of them coming up with a goal in this game. Soon enough, let's see if Ross Lockwood can't come down the field and score it with that deep pull.
Hey, he's going to be looking for one.
I mean, you got to think senior night. I don't know, the way the defense has been playing, not very many shots on goal. They're going to be looking to take it down the field. Actually, just talked to him at halftime, and he said today the secret to their success is Coach Schneider. Coach Schneider would vouch for this too. Is the Quatman burgers? They won today during Music Fest. They got Quatman burgers before today's contest, and that's why the defense is playing so well. And Marcus Lewis has a goal on the game today too, so he's been playing pretty well too.
I mean, as well as I have experienced the Quatman Burger, but it really does wonders for athletes. It's just a simple fact. Close shot there by Ted Bolser. Good save.
Good save by Alex Bovey. Another, wow, Indian Hill back with the ball, bouncing the shot. That one's not going to fall.
Actually, Pete, it looks as if Anderson's got a new goalie this half. Trying something new here. Possibly Zach Poliak. I think he made a little save in there, if that's him.
So they put number 11. They move a midfielder back to goalie, trying something new here in the second half. Looking at the stats, Poliak actually did play a little bit of goalie earlier this season. He has 3 saves, only 1 goal allowed, so a 75% save ratio here. But Indian Hill finds the back of the net again. So his 4th goal that he's let in so far, or 2nd goal rather that he's let in so far this season. So that takes Indian Hill's lead 16-0. And now in the second half, just found out there's a running clock. So hopefully that'll speed this game along a little bit.
It'll definitely make it go a little faster, fortunately for Anderson, because they're not having too much fun out there with a 16-0 Braves lead.
Sorry, that was the freshman number 22, Jake Thomas, with the goal there a couple minutes ago for Indian Hill. That's his 2nd goal of the game for the freshman.
A couple changes on the field that I've noticed. No more Nick Kiriakis out there on attack. I think they're pulling him out of the game, you know, give him a rest him up for the next game, which would be Turpin. Looks like replacing him, we have Ryan Chait, a junior midfielder, now playing a little attack for the Braves.
So Indian Hill with the ball now. Crawl behind the goal.
Good handle in there by number 14, James Lackman. Sophomore out there getting some time.
So Indian Hill definitely getting a lot of their younger players getting a little bit of time in this game with a big lead, getting some experience here under the lights on Friday night.
That's very important for the next couple of years, getting some younger guys some touches out there.
I mean, you look at the success Indian Hill's football programs had. A lot of that had to do with just the experience that younger players had, getting playing time, sophomores, freshmen getting playing time, playing halves. I mean, and it's led to just tons of success this year. Won 2 games in the playoffs.
There we see it. Chait getting a goal, coming out there, replacing Kiriakis, continuing to produce. No matter who's on the field, Indian Hill's doing that right now.
So that takes Indian Hill's lead with under 5 left, 17-0.
Possibly some laundry out there as well.
There is. Better get out your quarters. There's laundry on the field.
Looks like the ref's waving it off though because of the goal by Chait. And looks like we had Keller in the ensuing faceoff. Oh, they'll actually give Indian Hill possession because of the push in the back by the Anderson defense.
So you score a goal and you get possession. I mean, what's better than that, Alex?
It's pretty nice. Pretty nice beat. Keller getting a touch. Up to Bolser. Frankel moving it back to Kiriakis. Up, and the Braves have a man-up opportunity. Bolser over the top.
Finds the cutter.
Lewis getting a little shot inside, wide of the net. Good backup by Kiriakis.
So the question was it only 1 Quatmansburg? Because 2, I bet that would have gone in.
2 is almost a guarantee. It's almost unfair, Pete.
2 is almost unfair. It's actually tough to finish, but they're just that good. They go down like hotcakes.
Good shot out there by number 9, Kane Muir, looking for the cage. Braves still have the ball with Kiriakis operating from behind as usual. Almost another one.
Shot. Good save there by Zach Poliak. Takes him to 5 saves, 2 goals allowed.
Good save, but got to make a better pass than that coming out of the goal. Trying to keep the pressure off the defense.
So you may be wondering why Anderson is called the Orangemen rather than the Redskins. This is because the lacrosse team is a club team, and it's combined 2 different schools. It has players from McNicholas High School as well as Anderson High School. Originally it had players from Turpin too, so that was a big time game this year because Turpin divided off and they have their own team this year, own club team, and that game was actually lost by 1 goal earlier this season.
Might have taken some talent away from this Anderson program, splitting it up like that. I think they're called the Orange because they're trying to get some of that Syracuse luck on their side.
I mean, the
Syracuse
jerseys
University.
definitely look similar. I mean, the color scheme and everything.
Trying to get that Syracuse prestige on their side. You're going to need it if they keep dropping games 17-0. Here we got Andrew Lynn dodging from up top. Good defense by 47.
Indian Hill keeps the ball.
Minturn gets a nice ground ball in traffic. Out here to Chait.
So less than 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Indian Hill leads it 17-0 against Anderson.
Oh, good hit by Andrew Lynn. Getting a little chippy out there.
It is. It's getting a little feisty out there. I mean, it's tough when you're down, by that much. Sometimes you just want to get a little brutal and just hit people.
You can almost see the frustration in the Anderson players at this point. Looks like we got Matt McLaren bringing it over the midfield line. Anderson really just trying to get a possession, trying to get a goal here.
Rips the shot. That's a little bit high.
It's one of the best looks they've had all game.
That was a great shot, real hard. How fast does a typical shot go in lacrosse? How fast does it travel?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Pete. I mean, it depends on who's shooting. I'd say Bolser shoots upper 90s on a good day. On a good day, though.
I mean, agreed, a good day. I'd say his strides, and I think he can cover the field in probably 5 strides. I mean, he's just so big.
Yeah, you get that much speed going. Might as well just rip a shot, see how fast it goes.
But in college, typically, what do you see? What do you think lacrosse shot, typical speed?
When they actually do sometimes in practice go in there and measure your shot. I think the fastest guy on our team, fastest shot, had about a 95 mile an hour.
Unbelievable.
And then that's his strong hand. His weak hand was about 85. So very fluent with both hands. That's the kind of players that are gonna go play in the college ranks.
That is the kind of players, people that can play with both hands there. So that's a goal for Indian Hill. I think that was number 22, Jake Thomas, I believe. Not sure though. We're gonna get confirmation on that one.
Indian Hill just continuing to produce offensively.
Actually, that was Ryan Cheat with his second goal of the game for the junior in the midfield for Indian Hill. So that'll take the lead up to 18-0. So Anderson, again, if you're coach Shelton, what are you telling your team here?
I'd say at this point, I gotta keep playing hard and try to get a goal for a moral victory here at this point.
Dig deep and find it. And Indian Hills coach Nate Reed has to be pleased. I mean, 18 goals so far in this game. We haven't even gotten to the fourth quarter yet.
I think the best part about what he's seeing is he's really getting scoring from everybody. Now you obviously got your normal scores like Nick Kiriakis getting 6, but you got Chait getting in there. Chait, however you say it, getting 2. Everybody's getting goals out there for the Braves, and that's very important for a coach to see.
That is very important for a coach to see that. A good effort. I mean, spreading the ball around, very unselfish play. I mean, we've seen players that look like they have an open shot and pass it at the last second. One of Marcus Lewis's goals earlier today was like that, for example.
Yeah, that kind of play is what's going to take the Braves deep into the playoffs. As we have the Braves fighting for a ground ball here. Anderson comes up with it. Andrew Lynn fighting out there hard.
So five of the 11 seniors on the team, actually, maybe it might even be 10 seniors now. 5 of the seniors on the team coming up with goals so far tonight.
I think Austin needs one. Looks like we got a loose ball push on the Braves. The ball goes over to Anderson with number 8, Zach Cox is bringing the ball up.
So the seniors tonight accounting for 11 so far. I may have miscalculated. I missed one goal sometime tonight. The seniors accounting for at least 11 of the goals in tonight's contest.
That's it's very important for the Braves. They're going to have to keep doing that in their next couple games if they're looking to do anything in the playoffs. Looks like an Anderson player, number 10. Andrew Redding stepped in the crease. Ball goes over to Indian Hill.
So Indian Hill on the offensive side of the field.
That's Weiner over to Jameson. Looks like the Braves are making a substitution at goalie.
So Steve Kroll will step out.
AJ Froelich, the young sophomore, going in for the Braves.
Still has one game left here at Indian Hill against Milford next Wednesday night. But what a great performance here at senior night for Indian Hill.
Coming in with a shutout. How about that?
Not bad at all. Hopefully Indian Hill can keep that goose egg on the board.
Anderson bringing the ball up. Long pole creating a fast break situation. Anderson's got a 4-on-3. It's a nice shot.
Banks off the post there for the Orangemen, but a good rip and a good look by the long pole.
Froelich gets lucky on the first shot he's faced tonight as it dings off the pipe. And there you go.
So Anderson finds the back of the net rather. Wow.
Finally creating some offense, drawing the defense out, and put a nice shot on cage. And that brings the score to 18-1.
Alex Hoffman, number 34, with the goal for the Orangemen. So they put one in here with 9:16, actually probably about 9:30 left in the first half. Score is 18-1.
The Anderson coaching staff has to be just jubilant with that goal.
Yeah, they have to be happy. I mean, as you said earlier, a moral victory would be a goal, and they definitely accomplished that. So Coach Todd Shelton just has to be happy about that.
Keller, another great face-off win. Reed continuing to cycle in some younger guys, getting everybody a lot of playing time. I'd say that's probably offsides by Anderson. And looks like the coaches or the referees picked that up pretty quickly.
So 8.5 left here at Tomahawk Stadium. Your Indian Hill Braves 18, and the Anderson Orangemen 1.
Almost a tremendous save by Poliak, but they're going to count it a goal. That's a nice bounce shot, I believe, by Mac Minturn.
So, wow, I guess with 8:30 left, Indian Hill does score. That was interesting. I thought it was a save, but I guess it does go in after all.
You can see the ref repairing the net right now. Indian Hill scored a lot of goals, breaking holes in the net these days.
So Mac Minturn, another senior with a goal. So that brings senior goal totals up to 12. So that's a dozen for the seniors tonight.
Absolutely incredible.
So 11 seniors, 12 goals. Just a great game. Nick Kariakis with 5. I mean, wow.
I think he's going to have a... Unless Anderson picks up a penalty, I think Kiriakis is hanging out on the bench for the remainder of this one.
I think so. So, in this situation, sportsmanship comes a little bit into question. When do you call off the dogs as a coach?
Well, I feel like you can't tell a kid not to play. So that's why Coach Reed is getting in some of the younger guys to try to make it more of a more closely competitive game here. But really, it's tough to send a kid on the field and tell him not to score because you know everybody wants to, and that's just like telling somebody not to play hard. It's just not going to happen with this Braves group.
Samandel with the ball for Indian Hill. He'll keep it himself.
It's a great play.
Looking over to his teammate.
That's Weiner out there with the ball. He's got a 4-on-3. 24 is open on the crease.
24 looking for the extra
Oh,
pass.
great ball movement, and just another good example of Indian Hill being unselfish.
Yeah, great example of unselfish play there, making the extra pass at the end to make it an easy goal for number 22, Jake Thomas. That's his third of the game.
He's really been producing out there as well.
So Rip Crabiel with the assist there for Indian Hill. Rather than looking for his own first goal of the game, he makes the extra pass and sets up his teammate Jake Thomas there.
Gotta love the assist, Pete. Gotta love the assist.
You got to. So Indian Hill extends their lead 20-1. So Anderson High School, they come out, they put that first one in the back of the net. Alex Hoffman with the goal. What?
It was a great shot. He really made a nice shot. Frelick was all over it, but when you put it that low in the corner, there's really nothing you can do. And that's what Anderson's been looking for all night, and they finally got it here in the fourth quarter.
So Indian Hill, 20-1, surprising a lot of people. I mean, first of all, putting 20 goals in one contest. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty tough to do. Seniors 12. I mean, let's just talk a little bit about the seniors a little bit.
Truly an offensive exhibition out there, as well as a great defensive performance. And the seniors, just they're coming out here on their senior night and really stepping up.
They have really played well so far. Coverage of the Braves lacrosse on the Indian Hill Television Network would not be possible without the generous support of the Indian Hill Boosters and the PTO and the ICRC. Their grants have provided us with the equipment to bring Indian Hill sports off of the field or the gym and into the community. We appreciate all that they have done to develop our television programming. So back to the action. Indian Hill, the face-off. That's a lot of Anderson players in there getting a little hit there.
It's Paul Botch for Indian Hill in the face-off. Really working hard out there. Kyle Nelson gets it over to his goalie, Poliak.
It's Poliak, the midi there, sending it up the field. Doing a pretty good job in goal so far. Only let in 3 goals so far.
He's facing a lot of shots. He's standing tall in there, doing what he can at this point.
He has been.
Good. Cheat moving it up to Minturn. He's going to settle the ball down.
Pass a little wild there.
Weiner's all over it, though. Gets a touch in the box. Someone's got to step out there and get possession of the ball for the Braves.
Very patient here, setting up their offense behind the net. Back up to the top. Minturn sending it around.
Really like what Coach Reed's doing, keeping Thomas on the field. He's still a young guy, but a little bit more experience than some of his classmates. Kind of keeps a calm presence on the field that the Braves need right now with so many young players in the game.
It does. I mean, Thomas, the only freshman currently on the varsity squad. Typically around tournament time, they pull up a couple players. There might be a couple different guys pulled up for tonight's contest. So it's good experience, obviously, as a freshman to get as much playing time as you can. And obviously, yeah, some of the younger players, there's some sophomores on the field, juniors on the field mostly.
It's a senior-laden team. There's a lot of sophomores that don't see the field maybe as much as they would if they were playing somewhere else.
So really just helping to develop his program here for the next couple of years.
It's good defense behind the goal by number 1, Mac Minturn. Redding bringing it into the middle, loses the ball. Good pickup here by James Lackman. Good transition play by Simandl.
Good transition play. So under 4 minutes to play here in the game. Let us know what you think of Braves lacrosse on the Indian Hill Television Network by calling our viewer feedback phone at 272-4590. Phone lines are open 24 hours a day, so give us a call and tell us how we're doing. Once again, that's 272-4590. So, Alex, great having you here tonight. I mean, just a great game by Indian Hill, obviously.
I've had a great time, Pete. Thanks a lot.
I mean, glad that you could fill in. Andrew Kiriakis out of town this weekend. Dave in here a little bit tonight too, and it's been a lot of fun up here in the booth.
You know, Andrew's really the ace, I'd say. He's really our go-to guy with the commenting, at least the color commenting. Obviously, play-by-play, you're all about it, but I'm just happy to be a part of it, Pete. Happy to be a part of it.
I'm really glad to have you back in the booth. It's been a great night and a great night for lacrosse here at Indian Hill High School. So Indian Hill just very patient.
Just trying to run out the clock a little bit. Thomas behind the goal, pressured heavily by the Anderson defense.
So Indian Hill's prom tomorrow night. I mean, these guys, this is a great victory going into prom. Obviously, they're gonna have a good night. Maybe head to Skyline after the game. You know, that's always a popular choice, and then get to enjoy their final prom.
I mean, you know, I'll be there, so I'm always down to talk lax at Skyline. It's
Always.
pretty much a given. Good pickup back there by Lackman.
I believe the theme of Indian Hill's prom is actually like living the dream or something like that. And tonight, the seniors clearly living that dream. 12 goals for the seniors tonight.
Yeah, they'll fit right in at the prom. Absolutely living the dream.
Absolutely. I mean, they should almost come in the lacrosse gear. I mean, forget the tuxedos.
Tuxedos are a little bit too expensive, too.
They are, clearly.
And it's under 2 minutes to play. That means when Indian Hill has the ball, they need to keep it within the box. And right there, Wiener stepped out of the box, and Anderson got the ball.
Weiner did step out of the box there. Under a minute and a half left to see if Anderson can't get another one on the board here.
Good pressure there by
for the end of the game. Good cut there. It's going to bounce off the ground, and that's a save.
Hendricks. Good hit there in the middle. Smanel's got to handle that. Got to keep it in the box here. Just trying to run out that clock.
So final minute of play here. Anderson ends their season with a record
even
of
10 and 10,
I believe. Yeah, they end their season with an even 10 and 10 going into the Division III state playoffs. Indian Hill still 2 games left. Tuesday they're going to face Turpin. Wednesday they will face Milford here at home for the final home game of the season. Hopefully improving their overall record rather. Sorry, tongue twister there to 9 and 6. Right now at the end of this one they're going to improve the record to 7 and 5. Now, what does all these wins mean going into the tournament? I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but
yeah, you just got to come in hot. Just gonna maybe some of the seniors can keep up this offensive production going into Kings, going into Milford, and right there into the tournament against some of the bigger, better teams.
hopefully they can. I mean, it is tough playing some D1 teams. Oh, a quick shot here at the end of the game.
Anderson gets another one.
Anderson finds the back of the net before the end. I mean, ended a little bit too quick, so Anderson will, let's play two goals in this one. So the final, Indian Hill 20, Anderson 2. Leading scorers for the Braves, Nicky Kiriakis with 5, Matt Keller with 2, Michael Frankel with 2, Mac Minturn with 1, Marcus Lewis with 1, Brian Chariot, who came in the second half, 2 goals, Jake Thomas 3 goals, Michael Jamison 1 goal, and Ted Balser with 1. And that missed 1 goal there somewhere, not quite sure for Anderson. Alex Hoffman had a goal, and you just saw the final goal of the game. The exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill Television Network in association with the ICRC. For our producer, Mr. Dennis Stubbs, and our director, Brad McKee, and for our entire crew, I'm saying good night from Indian Hill High School, where your final score is Indian Hill 20, Anderson 2. So long, everyone. And it was great having you here.
Thanks a lot,
Alex,
dude.
and have a great night.